that dreaded check engine light. We've all been there, right? It just pops on and your heart kind of sinks. But listen, it doesn't have to be this huge headache or, a giant repair bill. Today, we're going to decode one specific error, Ford code P2280, and turn all that confusion into confidence.
So you've plugged in your scanner and there it is, flashing this code, P2280. It looks pretty technical, I get it. But trust me, by the end of this, you are going to know exactly what it means, what's probably causing it, and how you can track down the solution all by yourself.
All right, first things first, let's decode this thing. We need to understand what your car is actually trying to tell you with this P2280 code. Okay, so here's the official technical definition. Your car's brain, the powertrain control module, or PCM, has spotted a problem with the air coming into your engine. Specifically, it's seen an issue somewhere in that sweet spot between the air filter and the mass airflow sensor, or what we call the MAF sensor. Let's just break that down into plain English, because that was a mouthful. Think about it like this. Your engine is supposed to breathe through a perfectly sealed straw, right? That's your air intake. Well, code P2280 means there's a crack or a leak somewhere in that straw. The engine is sucking in extra air that the computer just wasn't expecting. It's totally unmetered, and it throws the whole system off.
And your car's computer is incredibly sensitive. It's not messing around. If it detects this kind of sneaky air leak for more than just 5 seconds, that's it. It triggers that check engine light and logs the P2280 code right into its memory. So we know it's an air leak, but the big question is, where is it coming from? Well, it's time to investigate the usual suspects, the most common causes for this code.
Here's our lineup of culprits. The leak could be lurking in the intake manifold, or maybe even the exhaust system. You could be looking at a cracked intake manifold itself, a faulty PCV system, that's the positive crankcase ventilation system, or it could be something as simple as an old, brittle, cracked vacuum hose. And hey, here's a little pro tip for you. Those vacuum hoses, they are so often the #1 culprit, so that's a fantastic place to start your search. All right, now for the fun part, the hands-on stuff. We've got our list of suspects, so it's time to put on your detective hat and gather some evidence. A careful visual inspection right here can save you a ton of time and money. So here's your inspection game plan. Start with a big picture. Just do a general check of the intake manifold and the exhaust. Then you're going to zoom in. Get a flashlight and really look for any of those fine hairline cracks in the manifold. Next up, check that PCV system for loose connections or any obvious damage. And finally, trace every single vacuum hose. Feel them, squeeze them, look for soft spots or cracks. You'd be surprised how often a little wiggle on a hose will reveal the leak.
You did it! You've done the detective work and you have found the source of the leak. That's excellent. Now, let's connect that discovery to the exact right fix. Okay, so let's say your inspection points to a general leak somewhere around the intake manifold. That becomes your focus area. You'll need to inspect it and the related exhaust parts even more closely to figure out exactly where you need to either seal something up or replace a part.
Now, what if you found a cracked hose on that PCV system? Well, this is a really, really common issue, and the solution is super straightforward. Just make sure the rest of the system looks okay, and then simply replace that one faulty hose. This is often a surprisingly cheap and easy fix that solves the entire problem.
Whew, okay, we have covered a lot of ground in a pretty short amount of time. So let's just take a second and recap the absolute most important things you need to remember from all this.
So here it is in a nutshell. Code P2280 simply means an unmetered air leak. Your first move is always to start your investigation by visually inspecting the intake manifold, the PCV system, and all those vacuum hoses. Seriously, your eyes and a flashlight are your best tools here. Once you find that leak, you've found your repair. It really is a clear path from problem to solution.
So the next time you see that check engine light pop on and you pull a P2280 code, you'll know it's not some random, scary error. Nope, it's a specific clue. You've decoded the code, and now you have the power to find the solution.